All right. We are wrapping up the day on Lake Pleasant. It was a decent day. Didn't really get into them like I had hoped to. That always seems to be the case for us bass fishermen. We did catch some fish. In my last video, I talked a lot about the Alabama rig, the A rig, and how I like to fish it. Really great technique, especially in the wintertime, just to power fish and catch fish. But today, I caught him on a different technique that I really like to use. And the reason I picked this up is because I lost my A-rig and I didn't bring my A-rig box. That always seems to happen too. And I want to show you guys this setup, and this is the Finesse jig, which I have done a video on it before. But anyways, the bait that I really like is a Kitech. It's a tungsten football head jig. Now this is a 1/4 ounce. I'm using a Berkeley Pit Boss, I think, the 3-inch, and I just dipped the little flappers orange. But this little jig here, this thing works literally year-round. I don't care where you are, what time of year it is, you will catch fish on a Finesse jig. And this is a 1/4 ounce, so it's really small, which I like, especially on these pressured waterways. And also, because of the tungsten, you feel it like crazy. Like you feel every rock, every boulder, every branch. And because it's so light, you don't get hung up a lot. There also is a small weed guard, so you can throw it in some thicker stuff. The biggest thing with this, though, I believe, is the rod and reel. So I'm throwing this on a 7.6 St. Croix Avid. Super sensitive rod. It's not a super expensive rod, which is nice. And I really love my St. Croix for spinning. And I throw on a spinning rod. And a lot of guys throw bait casters, which I also throw a lot of bait casters, but this Finesse setup for me is the deal. And a big thing I've been playing with is line. This line, as you can see, it's pink, and this is a newer line from, I think, Sunline. It's called All Might. And this line is a sinking braid, which was really developed for like forward-facing sonar guys, but I really like this braid. It's super sensitive and it casts a freaking mile. And I think with a Finesse jig and making long casts, you just really have a good chance of catching a fish, because these fish around Phoenix, Arizona are pressured. So using a smaller bait, making longer casts, and being really sensitive, that's the key. A lot of times you won't even feel a bite. You just kind of lift up on your rod and boom, it's there. And this rod is a medium light, so you really can feel every little thing down there. And this setup catches me a lot of fish in the winter, in the spring, in the summer. I mean, year-round, you'll usually see me with a spinning rod and one of these little bad boys on there. So anyways, get out to Lake